Hello, everybody. Today is Thursday, July 9th, 8:52 p.m. I am in beautiful Central Florida, bringing you another edition of What the Fuck. So, over the past, I don't know, since it's been a year. Since last July, August, just my phones have been going into Odin mode, downloading Linux on their own, random IP addresses. Certain days, my password for Google will get changed 20 times, and nobody will sit down and actually look at all this. So I've been going from phone to phone to phone because, when you pay for phone service and you can't receive calls from employers or anybody, even your own mother, for about a year, it kind of makes you think something's not right. Something's probably going on. So, this is like my sixth phone. Different carriers. It was Track Phone, Metro mostly, and Straight Talk. The Straight Talk Apple phone that I bought, I spent $100-something on it. Got the cheapest thing just because I was pretty sure it wasn't going to work again. But I would really like to go back to work and, have money for food and all, typical things needed to live. Not to mention, supposedly I have a baby on the way. Okay, so my last attempt to have a working phone line was Magic Jack. And today, trying to send text. What does that say? Not sent. Try again. Not sent. Try again. So I said, alright, well, I'll call them because I've been trying to get a hold of them all day. And what does it say? Wait, call is on progress. Turns and turns and turns. Hi, how are you? I'm good. And then people walk by constantly, especially this one blonde hair lady, every morning, like clockwork. Every morning. I just notice things. I notice patterns. And I have it well documented. I don't really care. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure because when I was over what I thought was a girlfriend house for Thanksgiving, we all went to the park for some reason. And her brother and her brother's girlfriend's fiance, whatever, I don't even know what those people, mother of them started talking about people in the sewers and terms of service and how, when you're going to go places, you should leave your phone at home because anywhere you go with your phone, they're going to see it. Blah, 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 blah. And all this weird shit. Not to mention that my phone, while laying next to Kayla, I'll reach for it and it's gone. Or I would feel it slide out of my pocket. Really weird shit. And I've been working since I was 15, and I've been working this whole time. I'll work 28 hours because I'm so stressed out and can't sleep. Random crap. But you know what? When you do things around the house, you don't get paid, and nobody appreciates it. Even though you save them hundreds of dollars with the work you do, I pay the bills. Well, even when it comes down to that, you keep them up high, so it seems like you're actually doing something because you'd rather just go to work so you get away from the house. Okay, so let's try again. Wait, call is on progress, right? Is that what it says? nothing. None of this weird things started happening. You know, it's pretty funny. Every time me and this woman get together, my life goes to shit. And then we break up. Basically, I get sucked dry for resources. And then they, you know how you break up with somebody by treating them such like shit that they leave you, so you're not the bad guy? It's one of those situations. Then I get back on my feet, I start working, I start doing well, and then they come back again and again and again. But this time, there's a child involved. So I dealt with it much longer than I should have. And let's see. I think I have the text from her earlier. So she wanted this, what was it? Up a Baby cruise. Somebody was selling for $300, which I was saving money to get my car fixed because I don't have anybody to give me a ride to work. I live out in an area where there aren't many jobs. There's nowhere I could walk to. Otherwise, I would. I hate it here. These people are driving me nuts. My grandmother, who I guess has Alzheimer's, I'm not exactly sure, because they don't address issues. They just shove them way down inside. She sat there and watched the eggs I forgot about burn for an hour. You would think when somebody's cooking eggs and they're literally just a black sheet of crispy burnt eggs, that, you know, you might want to turn off the stove or move it or say, hey, what's up with these eggs? Nope. It's fucking ridiculous, man. And then, you know, I spent about 10 months in the hospital. I had 2 open heart surgeries, upper GI, lower GI surgeries, all this crap. Don't want to get into it. I've been trying to get back on my feet since then, and I'm thankful and I'm blessed to have my mother, which lets me stay with her, but that's about the extent of it. And okay, and look, this is the track phone SIM card. What is going on with that one? Spin, 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 spin. It's been, look, what time is it? 9 o'clock. What time did I send that? 8:40. 8:40. What time is that? You know, and you know, I'm gonna just start telling the story because it basically was a nail in the coffin of this relationship that I realized her and my mother are the same freaking person, minus the pride in the sense of, you know, doesn't smoke, doesn't take aspirin, doesn't drink, you know, proper. That's what my mom thinks she is. Too humble, half proud. Isn't that a Jewish saying? Okay, yeah. So, trying to respect their privacy. You know, it's nice when people respect your privacy. 8:58 a.m. Spin, spin, spin. Yep. You know, and why is it that I'll get a phone? The last time I attempted to get another phone, went to Metro, right? Ended up shelling $333 because my mother is gullible And when they say free phone, I guess she forgets about the fact that every time we go there for a free phone, you end up shelling out $300, which is the price of the damn phone. So, anyways, about phone. See, and why is it that my IP addresses ever since July started looking more like that? Not just around, it's encoded, right? Uptime. CE and WEEE marks. I'm going to look into that. I was on 13 medications, one being warfarin, which on the label says causes changes in consciousness. What is it called? A durable power of attorney. I had to sign one of those because I was so out of my mind, and I couldn't even make decisions on my own, and I trusted this person. I literally was on my deathbed. They were going to send me to hospice, and I said, fuck that. The 10 months I was in the hospital, I did research. Second, of going to hospice and having them do the typical pump you full of morphine and Xanax and kill you off that way, I did natural remedies, and the issue that wasn't solved by 3-month rounds of 24/7 antibiotics, I just realized how freaking crazy that is and how much that probably effed me up. And IV hardcore antibiotics pumped through my system 24/7 for 3 months, a 2-month break, 3-month break, and then another 3 months. Not to mention that little span I was out of the hospital, I was on oral antibiotics. And these people, I understand, some people like just to F around and are lazy and all that, but whenever I talk about health issues, it's like, that was almost a year ago. Yeah, I had my chest, rib cage, this, was it Surin, broken open. I was medically induced death. I was in a medically induced death for about 7 minutes during each of the open heart surgeries, where they had to have a machine and an IV in my arteries to keep my blood flowing. I had 2 heart valve replacements, and then one of the tissue valves. My theory is that I had a regurgitated heart valve, and over the years, it kept on trying to close tighter and tighter to stop the backflow. So when they put it in the tissue one, it just broke it to freaking pieces. And even now, you don't really hear the tick, 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 which they didn't even freaking tell me about. I really wish they would have, because waking up to that drove me insane. I remember a nurse came into the room. She's like, "What's that sound?" So that's my heart. She's like, no, it's not. Shut up. So watch. What is that? I'm like, it's my heart. And she's like, no, it's not. It's really annoying me. She started looking at pillows, looking in drawers. She got infuriated. She went insane. She's like, what the hell is that? I again said, it's my heart. I have a mechanical heart valve. And it was, made me feel like shit. So this person sits there and tells me they have issues and that, bad mood, and goes on about how I'm worthless and blah, 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 blah. And now my phones won't work. I didn't say you were useless. I said everyone was useless. I did not say you were useless. And the way they'll twist that is, it's not all about you. You're so selfish. I'm so selfish that even in the shitty stuck position I'm in, and the help I'm getting via food stamps, I gladly spent half of it on her kids so they would have what they wanted, because I rather help them than just have food to stuff my face. I fast anyways, it doesn't matter. But I'm a selfish person. I sit here and work. I've been making it a point, especially with this whole COVID thing. That's another issue. The country literally went on lockdown for months. Not only wasn't anywhere hiring, they weren't even open. And for the past 10 years, I've been working in restaurants, warehouses, and other odd jobs. I worked as doing some carpentry and whatever. But it's just been bullshit. So the country's on lockdown. It's just fucking ridiculous. And like I said, I've been making it a point to work all day long. I'll work for 28 hours straight, and these people still act like I'm just lazy. And they have actually said, you need to be stronger. You're weak. I'm weak. Or you're overly sensitive. Even though, and they claim that I'm insane. I respond, okay, well, show me. Explain it to me. What am I missing? You need to see a psychiatrist. I have no problem doing that. I completed inpatient treatment, 6-month DOC program, not to mention other treatments I've been into. I went to AA. I did all that. I've been to psychiatrist. I said, you know what I think will help the most? Family counseling, relationship counseling. So why don't we go together? No, I don't need help. You need help. Okay. I was on probation before, and the counselor, I rubbed her the wrong way. She didn't like, oh, you know what it probably was? This woman I'm speaking of, she left something in my book bag, and I walked away because we got in an argument, and it was something, mood altering item. So what she did, she called the cops and said, for domestic violence, right? And they took pictures of her track marks in her neck. The track marks from a syringe in her neck, because she was out of veins. She would sit there on cocaine and try to get a shot for hours. So they were all gone, and the only place she had left was in her neck. So these people, what was it, Ocoee Police Department, Orange County Sheriff's, I don't know. They sat there and took pictures of track marks and tried to say, and arrested me for domestic violence with strangulation. When the report was filed, I was in Claremont. They were in Orange County. They were not only in a different city, but a different county. What? You know, I really feel like with domestic violence, there needs to be a little bit more investigation. You know, like, this guy just strangled you. Where is he? Right? Shouldn't, if this just happened or something. No, he's at home in a different city, in a different county, and He's actually strict, hard, and strong. He reached all the way. He reached over 20 miles and strangled me. And it's just irony of ironies that the evidence they took was pictures of track marks in her neck. So now when people look at my record, what do they see? Domestic violence with strangulation. You know what people do when they see that? They treat you like shit. They look at you like you're a piece of shit. And they let you know. They don't treat you like a human. And I understand how one could feel like that if somebody is, an abusive predator and all that. But no, that's not me. All I've ever done was try to help this person, and I knew from the start they didn't give a crap about me, but for whatever reason, I think God put it on my heart to try to reach out to this person. What is it? Hosea? Yeah, that book really helped me and gave me the strength to continue this relationship, which I don't know why. I have no clue why I continue this sometimes. Just as in my gut and just like my being, I felt like God was telling me to, you need to do this. And in a sense, it was kind of a mirror of her relationship between her and I. The relationship between her and I is much like the relationship between me, my Father in heaven, and myself. And the fact that the way I once was, the shitty things I do. So that was good. It helped me mature, and I am very loyal. I wanted to get married, and try to make this work for 10 freaking years. But the thing is, I was, in the beginning of it all, I was clean for a year and a half when we first started hanging out, and I met her when she was 14, and we were friends for the longest time, and she would just ask me questions about everything, and it's a really sad situation because her parents were too busy getting drunk. Her father was too busy being drunk and high. Instead of giving her the attention and, just simple, basic, step one things of life. She had moved into the house I was living in with my mother out in Polk County. And I ate the last slice of bread, and my sister flipped shit. She literally went in my room and started throwing things around, breaking my things. I had Bible verses. It's really funny whenever people get angry at me, the first thing they do is they go for the paper in which I had written down Bible verses and they rip it up. I actually know exactly where it is, so I'm going to show you people. Yeah, she ripped it up, and my mother said, you have to get out. And I had just started working at a job where I had crazy overtime. And had I had the opportunity to save money, I wouldn't have to have moved into some hole-in-the-wall, crappy, pay weekly motel because it was such short notice. Yeah, here it is. This is the one she ripped up that day. You see how you see the tape. I always go for the Bible verses. So you know what? Let's read this because I'm gonna post this video. I never end up listening to these, which I really should. I am much harder on myself than anybody else ever could be. But people, it's kind of like they need me to be addicted to drugs and, being awful and wasting my life so they can look at me and say, well, at least I'm not doing that. At least I don't do that. By having me at that position, it allows them to put themselves higher and makes them feel better. They have somebody to look down on. Because when I start doing well, the behavior gets really crazy. So, okay. Let's read some Bible verses. Romans 12:19. Beloved, do not avenge yourselves, but rather give place to wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Romans 12:21. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Proverbs 25:16. Have you found honey? Eat only as much as you need, lest you be filled with it and vomit. If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he is thirsty, give him water to drink. Verse 22. For so you will heap coals of fire on his head, and the Lord will reward you. Proverbs 25:27. It is not good to eat much honey, so to seek one's own glory is not glory. Proverbs 28. No, I think that's Proverbs 25, verse 28. Whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down without walls. Proverbs 26:4. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. Proverbs 26:12. Do you see a man wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Proverbs 31, verse 3. And this is what I have a problem doing, because I'm very naive and I don't have bad intentions and I have a good heart. So I don't sit there and think about the fact that some people are just awful. Proverbs 31:3. Do not give your strength to women. And this isn't saying that women aren't equal or that they are any less bit essential and vital and needed to continue the human race, to have a good family, to have a good life. I don't care if it's a janitor, a movie star, the president. All these people have a role to play in life. Everyone's life is needed and has their place. And I think it's a real shitty thing that, you may get paid more. Your job may be more respected and all that. And it could take much more schooling and all that, but take garbage men, for example. That's not a fun, glamorous job. But what if we didn't have garbage men to take? Have you seen those areas? I think it was in Italy. Was it Italy? I could be mistaken. Maybe it was Spain. But the sanitation department, whoever is responsible for taking trash to landfills, I think they went on strike or something for weeks. And in those few weeks, it was, people's neighborhoods, the city, all areas where people live, they started looking like landfills, and there were rats and all that. So you can't tell me a garbage man isn't as important as the president in my eyes. I really feel like that. I don't think anybody is better than anybody. I'm not better than anybody. I esteem others higher than myself because that is what the holy book, as if there was more than one, my opinion, my holy book says that you are to esteem others higher than yourself, and that's what I do. So, and it also does not discriminate in the sense that there's white, yellow, red, black, white, all that. I said white twice. We're actually more of a peach color, I want to say. Anyways, it just says the human race, and those of us that are in Christ are of one blood. Okay, enough rambling. Proverbs 31:6. No, is that? Yeah, I think so. All right, Proverbs 31:6, I think. I could be wrong. Give strong drink to him who is perishing, and wine to those who are bitter of heart. Somebody's getting a basket with wine. Proverbs 31:30. Oh, is this true? See, when it comes down to the Bible, I, at like 7 years old, didn't know about all the denominations and all the whatever, and grew up in a Catholic family, and there's a whole story behind that. It was pretty dark. But, I was like, all right, Christianity's not the truth. I tried everything else, everything you think of. But finally, after a series of events, one of being Brian Head Welch, he actually had a big impact, and was the catalyst for me saying, you know what, let me forget what I think I know about Jesus Christ and the Bible, and let me sit down and read it for myself now. And I would read things, and it wasn't like, okay, let me take that by faith. It was, yeah, I did that, and yeah, that did happen. Yeah, I agree. I've experienced that. Anyways, all right, Proverbs 31:30. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing. I don't know if I did this wrong, but Proverbs 23:9. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will destroy the wisdom of your words. What I like about this next verse is that if you notice, it lists something twice. So when you make a list of things you hate, things that God hates, and he lists something twice, that's probably the thing he hates the most. Okay. Proverbs 6:16. These 6 things the Lord hates, Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. Verse 17. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil. Verse 19. A false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. Don't lie. Stop lying. I used to lie a lot because I was chemically dependent. I was a drug addict straight up. I now am continuing a medically assistant. No, what do they call it? Medically assistant maintenance, I think, MAM or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I'm on Suboxone. Been on it for quite some time. And if you ever got on Suboxone, either you get on and off of it really quick or commit to being on it for a long time. Because if you don't do it right, you're going to go back to using. I'm at a very low dose, 1 dose a day. A very low dose, and I'm probably about to step down to even lower dose, getting close to nothing. And I took my time with it, and it's been about 5 years since I've had any episodes of binging or anything like that. And then since then, I want to say back in like 2017, 2018, I ran into somebody that had something that was what I indulged in, be 100% honest, because, it was there, didn't say no. But I don't even have anybody to call or have any numbers, or I'm flat broke, so I don't think using will be an issue. If you need an employee, let me know. So that was today's edition of What in the Fuck.